Let's get into it. The game is about to start. The grand final is about to start. Who is gonna win the second Tier 1 tournament in 2020? The first one was Moon at DreamHack Anaheim. Next is the second biggest one-on-one tournament in all of Asia. The winner here in this best of 5, $7,000. The loser takes home 2,000. Still good, and it's, as we said, a GCS final rematch. 1-0 versus Lin, the War Chief versus the Necromancer. The tournament so far for these two players, both made it out of their group stage only through the lower bracket. Lin was defeated by Moon, then had a good run against Shao KK and Lawliot. 1-0. Won against Czech 2-1, dropping a map there, was then defeated by Chimiko 2-0 and just made it over So-In. But in the quarterfinals or in the playoffs, 1-0 is looking super strong. Not dropping a single map just yet. 2-0 Fortitude, 2-0 Sock. Lin on the other side, 2-1 in 2 Orc Mirrors, 1 against Fly, 1 against Focus. So they only played 1 matchup in the round of 8. It's time to shift things up. And yeah, it's the current WGL winner from December in Lin, the world champion, versus the Huya Super League winner, the most recent Tier 2 tournament we had. And 1-0 finally breaking his drought, I would say, with the win over Lawliot after being overshadowed by Happy for so long. So the last 2 encounters on this very patch went to 1-0 not too long ago, actually. WCAA was a 2-1. Huya Super League was a 2-0. Lin's last win kind of far away. We start on Northern Isles.
All right. Best of 5. It's going to be a nice long series. In the Huya Super League, though, I would say when they met, Lin still was quite a bit away from his top shape. Not sure that he's there yet, but he's been improving steadily. Really looking forward to this match. Normally, you know, when we play online tournaments, we always have to ask the question when 1-0 is playing, how seriously is he taking this? What's he going to be playing? Is he going to be messing around a little bit? But there's no reason to believe that this tournament right here, 1-0 has pretty much been playing straight up serious and has been looking really good. Same for Lin. He was challenged in 2 Orc Mirrors here in the playoffs, stumbling a little, dropping some maps, but making it through. And when he was winning, he was looking really strong as well. Can only hope that we're going to be going to 5 maps here to bring us the full glory of this matchup. Thank you to Ledjiker with a 2-month resub. So much love as always. A pleasure to watch. And Tenacious Tim, thank you for the 4 months. Says, you guys are just amazing. I hope you are fine after a hard and long day yesterday. Hells yeah, we are, dude. Thank you very much. With these amazing matches today, there's not really any other way that we can feel other than excited and overjoyed.
Yeah, super hyped. A win here would catapult 1-0 back into the top 5 of all of Warcraft. After, experimenting a little, but I can finally see what he himself said and what other people said, that he has the best undead strategy, especially compared to Happy. Experimenting with Dreadlord, of course, not the most serious thing, but once again, the timings, especially versus human, super impressive.
Yeah.
It's just working out better.
Against Orc specifically, he has been looking way better than Happy for a long time. Willing to experiment, willing to go for different routes. Honestly, Happy over the last few weeks has softened up to that concept as well, moving away from the straight-up Fiend and Pitlord game every time to more like Frenzy Ghoul strats and such. But 1-0 goes further than that. Goes to fast expansion possibilities very often on certain maps. Is experimenting with third heroes a lot. It's going Destroyers some games, Banshees some other games. Very unpredictable and a master of all those styles.
Also implementing a lot of Naga play in some matchups. It started with the Undead Mirror versus Happy especially. Like tailor-made to beat Happy. We see his Naga play more and more in other matchups as well. Super aggressive sometimes in the early mid-game stages.
I did see a Naga recently from an undead against Orc. Was it 1-0?
Yes, pretty sure.
Man, that will come as quite a surprise. Very squishy hero against Orc, who has some of the strongest hero kill in the game, if not the strongest. With Ensnare, Hexen, Stomp, and Orb of Lightning, the lockdown potential of Orc is immense. And we all know what the Blade Master can do. Orc can be a menace late game, but it needs a lot of time to get up to that stage. And that is where 1-0 oftentimes plays very aggressively with the purpose of slowing down the Orc, much more willing to sacrifice his own acceleration to make sure the Orc is slowed down.
All right. Still not starting this. Still waiting for the game. And yeah, this is also another final between two former newbie players. Yesterday we had Lin and Law Lyot fighting it out in the best of 5. Lin taking the WGL April Pro qualifier. And now Lin versus 1-0. Good statement, of course, towards WGTL, where they played together under the name of ELL. Definitely better results than the Rogue Warriors these days. Not sure what's the holdup at the moment, but the game will start any minute now. Here we go. Best of 5, $7,000. First to 3. Lin versus 1-0. A dream final. This match will set the pace for the rest of it. In the bottom left, one of the best players of all time. The second most decorated player of all time, June Park, former SK Gaming player. Still wearing the newbie tag. 1-0. A teammate of his. The breakout star of this generation of Warcraft that kind of started 2015. Two-time GCS winner. Lin, the current world champion. Super excited for this now. Will Lin do as great as he did against Happy in the WGL Grand Final? Or does 1-0 have some tricks up his sleeve?
We had the chance here to take a look at the early base builds already. And, well, we have no surprises so far. Everything standard as standard can be. We have a DK with a Ted Fiend opening and a Blade Master with the most likely one Burrow Tech with a shop. Northern Isles, our starting map, a rather large one. Long distances to travel. And lots of creeps to go around, lots of experience and lots of items. This will be the goal for Lin specifically. Of course, every hero gets better with levels. Every hero combo gets better with items. But especially for Orc in this matchup, you're pretty reliant on items. If the Blade Master doesn't find bonus damage, he's pretty underwhelming. If the TC and the Shadowhunter don't find mana items, they're really not that strong. Whereas the Undead does benefit from those same things certainly as well, but with the nature of how Orb of Corruption, Focus Fire, and Fiends work, can also do well with very few items and levels. So, 1-0, how aggressively is he gonna play? Is he gonna try to disrupt the creeping of his opponent here early to make the Blade Master's life more difficult? Or is he gonna go more Happy style and just try to focus on his own progress above everything else?
Well, in this matchup, maybe you shouldn't follow Happy's footprints. 1-0's earlies have not been crazy aggressive recently. We go. Lin is being a little aggressive here. Getting vision on his opponent as well. They're sharing these Murlocs so far. Ring of Protection and Circlet Gloves for Lin. Hood is decent to hide a little. So usually it's a lot of tier 3 action and a lot of gearing up on the weight there. Wind of Illusion is okay. But it feels like 1-0 is moving pretty comfortable around the map. Going for the expansion right away.
Very poor items here for 1-0 so far. Cloak and Ring. Ring can help and Cloak can too in the right situation, but of course it's mostly about damage. Plus damage items on the Lich, especially very valuable. Blade Master trying to snipe that natural camp away with Wand of Illusion. That's not too hard at all to do. It's going to be a quick level 2 for him.
1-0 was scouting for that. He was just a little bit too early, actually. He wanted to punish that. He was expecting this. But can't control this. So he's going for his opponent's natural. He kind of lost vision, I guess, a little. We have protection +4. Okay, Lin did not lose vision. He knows exactly what's up.
And the Grunt is making this fairly hard to creep. 1-0's mana management pretty good so far.
But there's
He's
no
gonna take
rod.
a lot of damage from this camp.
Yeah.
This Grunt is actually making a big difference.
No Rod of Necromancy. Pendant of Energy. Nice. Blade Master comes in. He got a lot of kills in the Orc Mirror against Focus early on. Not happening here, though. Big item for 1-2-0. Experience-wise, pretty much the same.
1-0 selling the defensive item, buys the claws and the mantle. 225 gold. That's a heavy investment early. He's going to be slowing down the tech and everything else a little bit.
More creeping by Lin with the Wand of Illusion. Yeah, interesting timing to buy so much from the marketplace. As tier 2 should be finished anytime soon. For Lich and Slaughterhouse and tier 3. You need all of that. Lightning Shield creep close to level 3. And big consumable time now. Shadowhunter should pop out any second. But yeah, this is quite some damage on the DK. The Unholy Aura is working against it now, of course. Statues will come out. So he should be safe. It's a Wand of Mana stealing. Lin is a little bit too late. Could deny level 3 though, is revealed. Doesn't get it. DK level. TC second. We saw that during WGL, right?
Yes. But that was, I think, game 4 on LR against Happy. When Happy showed that he was going to go... Oh my god, this is super early tier 2 expansion. We saw this very recently, actually, but back to the WGL, when Happy showed that he was going to play Frenzy Ghouls pretty much only. Then we saw the TC, where it makes a lot of sense. But TC second this early, and I can't tell you what game exactly it was, but we've seen this by Lin before. TC second, Greedy Expo. But this has been revealed before. 1-0. If he scouts for that, that's a super easy cancel.
Yeah. He's focusing on his own progress. Sorry about that. Chinese stream lagging a little. So Blade Master, can he get the kill? Can he slow him down? Oh, aggressive TC coming in with a stomp.
Last hit went to 1-0. Does he have an inkling about this expansion? It really doesn't look like it, but there's a scout going over there right now.
Oh yeah.
Must be a skeleton. 1-0 will know in just a moment's time. Can still get the cancel, unless Lin managed to intercept somehow. Lin is getting a big camp in the middle also. Lots of great items to be found there. Basically nothing bad. And Scourge, Bone Chimes to find for him indeed.
Okay, that's massive. Well, in this matchup, is it? Or will we see more headhunters later? With a commitment for tier 2, of course. This is all delayed quite a bit. So at the moment, the Scourge Bone Chimes is phenomenal. But also the timing is really good. This is still under construction at 50% speed score. Here's the Stomp, denying a lot of damage. Frost armor on the Fiend, but that one is ensnared. Can't help in the kick. 500 HP still left. Fiends are really, really, really hurt. One down, one ensnare, not in range. But the most important thing is to get that kill, and he gets that kill. Coil thrown, save TP out. Oh, backstep close. He was in Windwalk already, just missed the right click. But that is a big win for 1-0.
Yeah. He lost one Fiend there and the TP, and he wasn't creeping in the meantime. But yeah, that Expo cancel is a massive deal. As we saw a moment ago, Lin is not on tier 3. He's only tier 2.
Yeah.
With having that tech disadvantage, you need a much bigger army, which you need the expansion for.
Alright. That doesn't work so far. Close to level 3 TC though. Blade Master hanging around once again. Lich not level 2. Mana potion on the DK.
Dude.
But that is level 2.
1-0 soul dependent of energy. Are you kidding me?
Alright.
What? Did he feel so scrapped for cash? But
Looks like
such
it.
a sick item. He even has a mana potion. The value of those two items together is crazy. But okay, anyways. Pendant of Energy is gone. Lin is looking for a run by over here. There's no way he can fight right now. His army is all melee against Frost Armor.
Yeah.
And there's no Orb of Lightning to help him out.
And Dark Ranger is there to stop the TC. TC doesn't have an invul to break out of the silence. One grunt killed this early game. Looking good. Lin switching gears to a little bit of a run-by style, buying time for the Blade Master, but there is the Black Citadel slowing down the Blade, so that's all fine as well. But this is 1-0. Not on Lin's side of the map. This is time for an expansion. Raiders can buy time, maybe. But yeah, there's plenty of coil. He shouldn't lose anything here. TC also very hurt now. Really has no potion, not even a heal potion. Also, of course, no Shadow Hunter in this game. Lin has to retreat.
Nice end-snare dodge there in the corner to keep that Fiend safe. One Fiend did get devoured, but Kodo's also hurt.
We're mixing in Headhunters now. Fiend is out. Mana potion still remaining. And he's pushing forward. 50 supply. Smells blood in the water here, as long as the TC is not level 3.
With the DK by Heal Scroll. And Dust. Oh, could be a decent flank here from the Raiders. They catch one Fiend. But again, Frost Armor makes it so hard to kill these targets.
Yeah, with all that melee army, it's hard to engage into this little choke. 1-0 knows. Waiting for the next Fiend. Blade Master's coming in from the back. Lich has great damage with every right click. Heal Scroll even for 1-0. And he's pushing this again. We do have reinforced defenses. And Lin has to engage. At some point.
Yeah. At this stage in the game, Lin really wants to be in upkeep, but he isn't. Even Ghoul's coming in now. 1-0 throwing everything that he can into this attack. TC getting silenced. Blade Master focused heavily in the backline. Has to go for the invul pretty early in the fight. That keeps him safe for a little while longer, but it's going to be hard to fight beyond that invul. Takes out one statue. That's a big deal. This is the sustain for the undead army. Aiming for the snipe of those statues really heavily.
Still no level 3 for the TC. Makes fighting real hard. Can't really engage with the Blade Master either, as there's no invul potion. Feels like whenever he's engaging, he's going to lose a hero with so much mana for coil. And also a Nova ready now. Mass repair on that burrow. Lin healing up. Trying to fight for every single second he can get.
Supply finally favoring Lin a little bit. Scratch that actually. 54 was 53, it's even. And that's with Peon at the expansion involved. This is looking really good for 1-2-0. Doesn't have status anymore, but has 2 destroyers. And without piercing damage or orb, how are these destroyers ever gonna get killed? I don't think they will.
There were some headhunters, yeah, but this is looking a little desperate already. Strong start for 1-0 into this series. Far away from level 3 still. One single headhunter really didn't start tier 3, but he's backing off of this expansion. Coil Nova, as we oftentimes see, TC is silence, big damage on him. That's finally level 3. Can he hit a huge stomp? He needs to. No, he gets coiled before. No disable anymore. Trying to get the counter kill for the Lich. It's a lot of damage coming in. Is there another coil? No crits in a row. Lin's Saint sword is back when he needs it.
And suddenly we're back even in supply. The orb being missing here. That's a devastating loss. One more raid is going to get taken out, but gets out in a snare on the statue. That would be a great kill here to find for Lin as well. And suddenly, not only is the orb missing, but also Frost Armor is missing.
It's so rough. It's so rough to fight this now. Blade Master, kind of a one-man army. Kodo's trying to get another snack off. Lin was microing the Kodos really, really well. This grunt might die, but it's totally fine, causing more distraction. 96 critical strike. Both fiends are low. Can't kill them. Can't coil them both. One is safe. Lich is back. Kodo falls.
Yeah. Lich is back and the DK's level 4. This is impossible now to micro for Lin. So easy for 1-0 on the other side to out-micro his opponent. He's so much faster. He's got way more skills. And he's got an orb as well. The Blade Master can only watch as everything around him is dying. This is it. GG. And the 1-0 lead for 1-0.
Ooh. Makes him work hard in the end for that battle, but 1-0 seemed to be in control throughout most of the match, I would say. Yeah. That TC expansion, we see Lin in this matchup very, very, very greedy for a second base.
Yep.
That was too greedy.
This is basically a cheese strat. Lin is throwing in that strat. If it sticks, if the expo isn't scouted, if it comes up great, and this might work, and you might win. But if it's scouted, if it's canceled, it's just such a disaster. I wonder if Lin views this strat as a cheese strat like I do, or if he thinks this is a legitimate strategy, because this is at least the third time I've seen him play this.
Yeah.
I still think it's very unreliable.
It was always the case that Lin was reliant on his expansion in this matchup, like for years now. And I oftentimes feel like he is too greedy or thinks he's too reliant on that. Not sure. He sees something in this that we maybe don't.
And the big problem with this strat is you're stuck on tier 2. The longer the game goes, the higher the hero levels become. You're going to be at such a big disadvantage, having no triple hero, excuse me, and no healing and no orb. These are really big problems in the super late game against high level undead heroes.
Yeah, and the Lich is just such a hard counter to this.
Yeah. Frost Armor against all melee. Extremely effective.
That's what the skill is designed for. And no real way to work around that. Good fight by Lin most of the time. But yeah, was just higher tech. A hero more, good silences, no invo potions. On a map with one shot, kind of hard to get as well. If you're under pressure the entire time, no time to go for the shop. Otherwise, you're even more exposed than you were already.
But what Lin certainly proves here with game 1 is that he has different strategies to choose from. It's not just Blade Master, tier 3, triple hero, one base every single time. He has been mixing up his playstyle against undead quite a bit recently. We've also seen, for example, quite some TC Farseer play, especially on certain maps, like Concealed Hill. Concealed Hill, I guess the #1 example for this, has been shown to be effective as well. If you get the timings down, if you get the expo down, and that expansion is much, much, much more reliable with a level 3 Farseer quickly and then a TC leveling up quickly after.
Yeah, I wonder if we see a Farseer early in this best of 5 on one of the maps. Future will tell. Thank you, XX for the Prime sub. And the second map should be starting anytime soon.
For map 2, it is Concealed Hill.
Yes, we are starting.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Farseer here. Like, this was a big gamble on map 1. You kind of want to continue this more stable, right? To tie this up, make it a 1-1. Otherwise, you're under so much pressure. So I think Farseer is not very likely. But it's Lin, so we don't know. 400 IQ for Warcraft.
Yeah, this is a great Farseer map. I'm definitely expecting a Farseer. I think the only reason for Lin not to go Farseer here is if he's absolutely expecting 1-0 to have prepped for a Farseer here. This is just straight up a better Farseer than Blade Master map, in my opinion. Better level 3, better creeping, better expo. Blade Master normally can't accelerate too much. There's very few items to snipe. If you try to go for the Ogre snipe and you get punished, it's a sick momentum loss.
Yeah.
So I think everything points towards Farseer here. But there is such a thing as psychology and blind countering in Warcraft, so let's go.
We haven't seen the most important matches from both of these players this year. Not too many. Lin was kind of on hiatus for a month, so what's his ideas about this? Bottom left is Lin, upper right is 120. The Chinese is up the map. 2 more to go for $7,000 and the first Asian tier 1 tournament of the year.
There we go. Farseer it is. That is basically the standard nowadays.
Okay.
On Concealed, almost everyone picks Farseer. And it is because of the available creep route for the expansion. TC gets good levels. And also early game, absolutely crucial. The early game is all about gathering experience and items and making sure you have a good start into the mid game. And that is very well usable or exploitable with a Farseer. You can be in multiple places at the same time. You can summon wolves. On this map, there's lots of creeps with medium armor, which is especially efficient to take out with wolves and grunts. Acolyte Scout early, sees there's no shop. This tells him right away this must be a Farseer or a very weird harassing Blade Master. Confirms his suspicion. Farseer it is. That must have been expected.
Concealed Hill between the two. It's 6 and 4 in favor of Lin. So giving him a little edge stat-wise. One of the best he has. Only Echo Isles is better with 13 to 7. Northern Isles.
Interesting creep out here by Lin. He's not going for any medium armor camps to take him out quickly with wolves. He's not going for the claws camp. He's going towards the middle to get the Murloc camp quickly. And again, it's all about that level 3 timing. The strength of early level 2 wolves is immense against Undead.
Yeah. Ring for 1-0. No item, of course, for Lin. It's a little Philly Warrior style with the Farseer so close to the base. Yeah, 1-0. I know that feel. It's really hard to deal with it. But with skeletons, he's able to do it. And a fast tech, of course, as he went with the Farseer.
Interesting to see how this opening creep out works out for Lin. He's not creeping anything at this point in time. He only had a 1 burrow tech, so second grunt takes a little bit. But here we can see now the grunts and the wolves at the green. 1-0, smartly scouting for that right away. But perhaps more interest at the moment in getting his own level 2. Level 2, level up is big for both these heroes, but especially for the DK, it's a game changer. Having the aura is such a big upgrade.
Chain Lightning helps, of course, a lot with the last hits. You want to delay that. It can't. Okay, there's number 1. Delays the aura for a little bit. Ooh, that was close. Almost got it. He can still prevent it. He's not trying though, moving away. He got the Murlocs in the middle. That's always contested, of course, closer to his base, so kind of his camp. Also took out the north and the far out on the map. Plus the shop now, but 1-0 smells it and tries to punish it.
Farseer used quite a bit of his mana already, so he probably only has 1 Chain Lightning plus Wolves left. Would be a big last hit here, this Ogre Magi. And Snare on the Fiend. That is a little unlucky for 1-2-0. Trying to get the kill here, but doesn't last long enough. Coil keeps the Fiend healthy. And the nice thing, of course, also here on Conceal, when you take damage on the Grunts or on the Farseer, there's free healing at the fountains.
Yeah, at one point, Farseer has to move back. That point might be pretty soon. They got level 2.5. Plus, there's 2 spots close to his main where he can easily creep. TC second is what we expect. And he has to creep the expansion up as well. So, level 3 for the Farseer is very, very close. For the DK, though, it will still take some time. But it's once again all about that tier 2 expansion. Especially with the Farseer TC matchup.
Yeah, Sentry Ward drop here, very handy to see about when that TC is coming out. So, is this level 3 for the Farseer here, this camp? I think it might be. It looks like it should. Yeah. Alright, that's a good timing.
As long as the TC is not soaking up the experience. Yeah, sends him away. Well done. Oh no!
Oh, 1 creep missing.
And it's so close.
Or 1 skeleton.
The skeleton, yeah.
Did 1-0 get the Ogre Lord trap is the question.
Looks like it, right? He's spending quite some time at the tavern. No other reason.
Sentry also, to see the Farseer coming.
Alright. There's quite some damage.
Yeah.
The creeps are getting involved! The Farseer's here! Chain Light. Oh, Coil is ready. This one should be 1 Fiend. Oh, he stole it! That's the level 3! Unholy Aura. Okay, that's nice for the DK, but that is so much wasted time on that spot without level 3 now. And an item that doesn't help him. Super unfortunate.
Yeah, that's such a big swing. There was also so much mana on the DK, so much damage on the Fiends. And that's with the level 3 Farseer ready to harass.
Dude, you called it in the pre-game discussion that Ogre trap can be punished, big momentum swing, boom, exactly that happens.
Yeah, 1-0 now. How is he going to creep up this ledge? This is really problematic.
No idea. And how does he punish this expansion? So many question marks.
A really good thing for Orc in the mid game. Like, you get the level 3 Farseer, he applies a lot of pressure, and then the TC solo creeps the Expo for quick level 2. He can creep the Merchant as well, and one more camp, and that's level 3 right away. Yeah. It's so strong. It's really good progress on the TC. Compared to that, the Lich is going to be extremely slow.
Yeah. I really like, by the way, that Lin was not going for to chain lightning the Fiends and not getting greedy to get a double kill. There was a coil ready. The other Fiend was moved away quickly. He saved on that spell, got the Ogre with it, and that is just such a big swing in experience. It is finally level 3. Pendant of Energy once again. But here is the power of the level 2 Wolves.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't harass more at the natural creep, but he can still do so for the lab creep, which is kind of the only spot left. That's another nice thing for Orc on this map. If you want to creep jack, it's super easy to creep jack. Basically, the lab is the only thing that the undead can creep now. Maybe the red camp, but that's also really risky and perfectly lines up with the level 3 Torrent Chieftain.
Okay. So TC with a heal scroller as well, and yeah, he wants that creep jack. He wants to punish 1-0 hard, and yeah, lab creep is not happening. TC stun, there's no Dark Ranger, chain lightning follow up, fiend kill, and leave before there's a coil snipe. This is so much time for this expansion. It's pretty much free.
Great game by Lin. Just excellent across the board.
Destroyer and snared. More end snares flying. How does it deal with it? There's no Nova. TC comes in. Stomp on the 2 Fiends. There's coils, so shouldn't result in a kill. But there's more damage in the north. Always damage on multiple units.
Oh, first mistake by Lin, not bringing the dust.
And 2 grunts dead. He is getting some kills. Trading for the Fiends though, and that is more important as you will have the backup expansion. But 2 grunts and a Raider. Raider saved, okay. Destroyer is the answer to Wolves, of course, at that summoned unit. But that is 3 grunts now. And that's level 3. Lin overcommitting. Another grunt. That's huge experience. It's not the highest value. Okay, he denied it. It's not the highest value unit, of course, but it's good damage against Fiends. It's good of tankiness. And you don't just want to donate them like this.
Is coming back in.
Yeah.
Realize the DK is low mana, I guess. Would love to steal the big item. Doesn't get that. That goes to the Death Knight. It's an invul potion. But, oh, Kodo gets off the Devour. That was a big deal. Could have dodged that here, 1-0. Slight mistake by him.
It's a mana
but Lin does not want to leave this fight yet.
Again, this early Headhunters statue sniped. Quite some consumables for 1-0, level 3.5. Mana potion used. 2 destroyers now. But yeah, Lin, Expo up, Expo running. Contesting this over and over. Trying to force a TP with another stun. This could even be a kill. Oh, with Chain Lightning, this is a kill, I guess! TP.
Oh, that Fiend. He's waiting for the Unburrow. Oh, man. Perfect timing on the Unburrow. Damn, Lin almost overextended. Boy, was that close.
Yeah.
But he made it work. But now he needs to get back, needs to get heal cells, needs to get mana pots.
700 gold. Dark Ranger again. Supposed to be the counter for the TC, but here we have 2 shops. And Lin is so rich. There should always be invul potions on him.
Oh, that's 1 free kill. Black Arrow. This could be a lot of corpses coming in here very quickly. Speed scroll used to disengage, and his dispel comes in against the Kodo. Oh man.
Wow.
This Kodo would be a massive kill.
He has a coil. He can get it if he wants. No healing. Ooh, running into an instant trap maybe. Oh, heavily committing to this Kodo and got it. Lich level 3. This is
Statues We're a little bit too far out of the fight for a little bit, but man, Lin is not with the numbers that he needs with his supply, or with his strat rather. He needs 60 supply, but he's getting forced into a fight before that. 1-2-0 finds a great opening now to take a decent engagement, finding more and more kills. DK, however, exposed, getting focused now next. Frost Armor to protect him, and Invol to make sure the Stomp doesn't cause him the loss. Stomp comes in now, but it's the only one for this TC.
And the Invo push dodged it there. These Headhunters are getting slaughtered. Level 4 for the DK shouldn't be killable with that anymore. Lin just forced into this engagement, and maybe it was too early. More Raiders are falling. Level 2 for the Dark Ranger. We have Silence finally, and it doesn't seem to be any progress for Lin. Dropping down to 40 supply.
Man, 1-2-0 playing an excellent game here. Lin, despite finding many kills earlier, at the end of the day, he doesn't have the numbers required, and now 4-3-2 undead hero levels. Really strong. You need to have a massive supply lead to combat this.
Okay, going for this expansion, but there's no reinforced defenses. This Orc Burrow was killed easily. More grunts, more headhunters. He was so high on gold for such a long time. Invo potion, mana potion on the TC has to be the carry. But again, an anti-air solution is missing.
So impressive with 1-2-0. That was the creep jack that started the whole thing off at the lab with a level 3 TC versus a level 1 Lich, but 1-2-0 held on.
Backstab now.
Last stand by Lin. This, without his expansion, he cannot win. He needs to hold here.
There's 1-2-0. Okay, he doesn't want to right click it down. He wants to take the fight. Chain Lightning again. Ensnares on the Fiends. Burrow once more. 3 destroyers in the air. That is so much. TC is silenced. Can't go for the Stomp. The control by 1-2-0 is pretty damn crazy. Takes out the Headhunters now. Big commitment. Kodo again sniped.
One destroyer finally falling. Oh, the coil though delays it. Destroyer still will be going down, but there's so many still left. Simply not enough anti-air, it seems. TC gets off a Stomp, but not much follow-up damage. Again, the Burrow comes in, saving so many Fiends. There is a Dust. Might be some kills. Mana Potion, Invul Potion. TC comes back with a vengeance into this fight. But the army is so small. Lin has to TP out to save a second hero. Lin's Invul runs out, but TC survives. But that is, again, the expansion exposed.
And it's once more a 18 supply lead for 1-2-0. The scissor is dividing and dividing and dividing. It's... How is he supposed to do this? This must be a hero focus, forcing a TP. Oh, there's no TP even. There was a risk by 1-2-0, willing to take that. Lots of skeletons. He's going for the fight again. Silence, so much focus on that TC, and Lin taps out.
Wow.
Great early game for the Korean, but concentrates, constant fights, and 1-2-0 reclaimed map number 2 and has 3 match points in a row now.
Well, that was crazy strong. Lin had a really cool build early, stole some creeps, got level 3, got the TC going, had a fast expo timing, had seemingly a good creepjack, but that creepjack defense with that level 1 Lich at that point. That was some crazy shit, dude.
Yeah. Lots of stuff going down. No critical damage really by Lin done. That's also a little bit of a weakness for this Orc build. Like, if there's Frost Armor, again, the grunts, what do they really do? Losing 4 grunts in that fight because everything was slowed down and focused so well.
Yeah. But how hard is it to make that call? You see he's creeping the lab, you're close by to the creepjack, and you're level 3 TC versus level 1 Lich. Like, it feels like you have to go for this. It turns out to be a mistake. But how can you predict that to be a mistake? It's only a mistake because 1-2-0 has the perfect defense.
And again, I have to... Like, yes, this was CH and Farsia's kind of standard, but is the tier 2 play the play?
I think this map can still work really well, but it cannot work with less than 60 supply. He never got to that 60 supply. He never got the crazy stomp, speed scroll, devours off and everything. But it is a risky strat. Even if you go to 60 and the undead kites really well, and if the undead ever gets to 5, 4, 3 hero levels, it doesn't matter how much supply you have, unless you have TC5, then maybe. But yeah, it's always these risky strat by lane. He's never going into the straight up one base.
Yeah. Thank you, Randy, is for the 15-month resub. And we're waiting for game 3. Is he just killing him 3-0? That would be insane.
Playoff run of 2-0, 2-0, 3-0. That would be pretty sick.
Yeah. I started to notice, like, when was that? During Huya, when he was back to DK Fiends, how crazy good this kid still can be. And it showed in some other tournaments here and there, but it really shows in next. Like, also in Huya, it was 2-0 versus Happy, it was 2-0 versus Lin, it was 2-1 versus Sok, but also 3-0 versus Lawlight. 1-0 is so on fire for like 2 months now.
Yeah. In the WGL qualifier, didn't go so far, but there he was once again trolling around. So, that part of his identity is still there, and he still has to throw in these shenanigans every now and then, but it's nice to see him in the big tournaments trying really hard and showing just how good he is. Game's about to start in 2 minutes or so. Map 3, what's that gonna be? Concealed Hill, supposed to be an orc map.
So from the stats, Last Refuge was... Oh no, that was a 1-0 map. Terenas Stand, of course. Echo Isles, of course.
Yeah.
Those two. One of them will be banned.
Twisted, usually also a very good map. We see it now. What do we get? Terenas Stand. Okay. And that is a map which is absolutely popular with both styles. Farseer Expo and Blade Master Tier 3. And I think I've seen Lin here as well with his Blade Master TC Tier 2 Expo. And, Terenas Stand is basically the best expansion map we have in the pool. Easy shop access, easy merc access. Pretty well defended. There's bridges to protect. Is Lin all about this 2-base play nowadays?
He's doing that for a long time, I think. As I said, oftentimes too greedy, oftentimes a little too early. But it's always a gamble, right? If that greedy play works, it wins you the game. And he's going for that early decisions. For quite some time. 1-0, is this Dreadlord time?
It's the perfect time, right? This is a good expansion map. You're up 2-0.
I agree.
I could see it.
Like, if he's not playing Dreadlord here, he's not playing Dreadlord this entire final.
Yeah. Would be quite surprising. Echo Isles can be a decent Dreadlord map, but Terenas, even better.
He played Dreadlord versus Infi on this map, and then level 3 Stomp plus Stasis Trap. It was glorious.
Not sure we're gonna see the Stasis Trap today in this final. Next patch, Neo. They're gonna get buffed next patch, don't worry.
Can you please not kill my hopes and dreams 1 second after I call for them?
No, as you know, I'm part of the Blizzard Balance team, so I'm making sure Stasis Traps get buffed.
That must be an exhaustive job, right? I mean, you're pretty much working non-stop. That balance team, man, these poor souls.
Yeah, man. It's it's a lifestyle. It's a lifelong dedication.
Yeah, sure. You always have to be dedicated. You always have to be excited. It's really hard.
Yeah, it's how it is. Do it all for the love of the game. I'm trying to make this game the best that it can be, In it for the long haul.
Yeah, sure. Game starts, Terenas Stand. But you said it here. Oh, lag on the clean feed. Ah, there we go. You just said it. Sky is the limit for 1-0. I still haven't seen the WCAA game against Moon. Like a serious 1-0 against the moon in shape, that would be the dream. So today, Lin seems to be no match. So, what is the build? DK. No Dreadlord.
It's standard. All right. 1-0, try harding all the way through. And we saw the Blade Master. So is this going to be more straight up one base tier 3 now, or is he again going to try this greedy tier 2 expo?
Yeah. Okay, so it is shop there.
Yeah, in the early game it will be about gathering items, gathering experience, as always.
So will he contest the middle with the blade? Or will they both contest the middle? That would be interesting. Of course, there's a lot of crazy consumables on this map. And relatively easy to creep as well.
Happy for a long time, didn't contest the middle at all,
Yeah.
but rather went for green, like the little wizard camp first, and then going cobalt into cobalt, so running across the map twice, basically. Really not too fond of that opening. I think contesting the blade in the middle is really valuable, just to slow down his level progress, if nothing else. And of course, getting some claws for yourself, if you can sneak those in, is very good. Also, Blade Master shows up, gets the last hit, and says hello to this DK.
You are quite a bit ahead of me, as I had some spikes on the clean feet. Slippers for the DK. Not giving it to the Blade Master, that's good.
Oh, he's gonna save that for the Dark Ranger, dude. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Oh, block by Lin. Getting some hits out. There's no unholy aura at the moment, so no heal.
And now, oh, now I have a leg.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Okay, hello classic graphics.
Oh, okay. That was a decent. Wait, back to. I am very confused. Okay, we're back to Reforged.
Still battling for the middle here.
That was another steel coil on the little apprentice, though.
It's full mana, you know, want to make use of that mana regen. Get that value.
Oh, lag again. Same for you?
No, I'm okay. Blade Master is putting quite a bit of damage here on that Fiend. Slicing it down to about half HP, but still no level ups. Still only level 1. And in my opinion, this favors the undead a lot. Ideally, when you play Blade Master, you want to get him to level 3 quickly, and then on tier 2, harass the undead, steal some last hits for some mana, maybe kill a Fiend if you're lucky, and solo creep on the Shadow Hunter. Whereas undead will always be sticking with DK and Lich together, so being forced to remain low level, not normally the biggest deal.
Alright. Oh, lag again. What's up?
But he's doing it well with the Blade Master now, though. He's pressuring these Fiends quite a lot. And that is one middle camp going to Lin, and the claws plus 6. That's exactly what he was hoping for.
So, let's do a little sync. I'm at health points 450, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55.
I'm like 4 seconds ahead.
Not good. Maybe restart this somehow.
Oh, and 1-0 is making the first big mistake of this game. The Merc Camp. You always have to look out for the Merc Camp. You can't allow the Orc to steal this away.
Wow.
Whether it's this map or Twisted Meadows, this is the favorite thing for Orc to do. Gets the Berserker, gets level 2, gets the big Invul, also a Mantle. And this should never be permitted.
Okay, this time it's the Shadow Hunter. This time it's the normal play. This time it's the tier 3. And the Blade Master continues his harass. He is in time for the steal as well. God damn, this is a rough mid game for 1-0.
Yep, the creep route here for Lin seems to be working out pretty well. He's not level 3, so it's not perfect, but it's not bad. And now going for the kobolds as well. This is a pretty known creep route nowadays. Is 1-0 trying to disrupt this? Blade Master shows himself out of the shadow, so that's kind of suspicious. But Shadowhunter gets to do this for free,
Devotion.
it seems. Devotion, yeah, very good.
Blade Master exposes him here, gets some free hits on the fiends. Oh my god, if he steals this is so obvious.
It's Nova first on the Lich.
Yeah, use that to get the item. Big mana, worth it. So let's do a little sync again. Oh, okay, that's hard right now. With the heal cells running.
Did Lin just pop the speed scroll? Yes, he did.
Oh, Coil lost it.
Yeah, it will pretty much in sync.
Good. Okay,
Yeah, without Frost Armor, Lin can fight here pretty well. If there's Frost Armor involved, it's really not that easy at all. But as we see, it's Frost Nova. Which usually means that the enemy was hoping for a sneaky Blade Master kill, an unexpected one. But that didn't really happen. Yeah, the creep game so far definitely goes to Lin.
Yeah. Maybe he feels forced to use that spell to fasten up creeping. But I mean, there's very limited use on that Nova. Yeah, you're close to level 3 Shadowhunter after this camp. That's pretty sick. Of course, both are waiting for the tier 3, but not only are his levels low, also Fiends are low HP. Waiting for the statues.
DK's finally gonna get level 3 here at the Merchant. Now? Oh, that's double level up actually.
Okay, 3-2. More competitive now. With Frost Armor. Blade Master solo creeping this?
Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's a big consumable for him. Huh. I haven't
Scroll
seen
of
that
the Beast.
before. He has Invul, Healthstone, and Scroll of the Beast now. These are such strong combat items.
Scroll can of course be dispelled by a destroyer, but he won't get all of it.
And destroyers are awful. Especially against this tier 3 orc combo. TC comes out, gets instant level 2 at the Merc camp. That's just perfect. And another consumable. Big mana pop.
Okay, someone wants this final to go a little longer. Big mana on the TC. So many storms. 1-0 isn't even close to ready yet. Dark Ranger third, 47 supply. Expo by Lin should be coming up soon.
So is he going Banshees or Destroyers here is the question for 1-0. Should be either of those two. And there's another big consumable item over here. What did 1-0 get? Ankh. Okay, well, that's one of the worst.
Yep. When are they breaking
Creeps.
up? Lin, no expansion yet. He's not all. He's also not banking for a tiny Great Hall. For him, that's very late. And I like that. Win the first fight.
Zero is
then
moving
go
in
for it.
super aggressively here. Across the entire map. Basically into the enemy base. It's a level 3 TC before the first fight. That is outrageous.
Yeah. How do you counter that? With a level 1 Dark Ranger. Invocation on the TC as well, making sure that the silence won't last.
This inventory is just insane. Just insane for Lin. Oh, and this could be the creep jack here with end snares coming in for the flank.
Lin has pretty much every advantage possible. Supply should still be equal, I guess. Can 1-0 pull such a magic fight again like he did on CH. TC, not silence. Free stomp like that. The silence was too late. Free damage on that fiend. Oh my, the crits for 134 already. Scroll of the Beast popped. All this is gonna be a slaughter. Another fiend stomp. Burrow, okay, but the damage uptime is just not there. Lots of coils to use, so you can stay in that fight for a little bit, but the Blade Master is killing the statues, and the orb is going to town as well. First statue gone, storms all over the place, invul as well to keep the TC safe and unsilenced. Blade Master brings in the damage, backline looks good as well, Shadow Hunter can heal.
Hex on the ledge, not trying to go for a hero kill attempt. The Blade Master just taking out these statues. Finally, the Destroyer being morphed, but seems like that one might just be falling. Coil comes in to save it, keep it alive for a little bit longer. Banshees now in the mix.
Oh, yeah.
That is a big help. Curse onto the Blade Master right away. But the DK is low, the Lich is low, the mana is starting to disappear for 120. And the big mana potion on the Shadow Hunter, so much more heal wave.
Absolutely. Healing over and over and over again. Grunts are falling, all right, but it's a lot of damage committed to the Destroyer at the moment. Oh, the Lich is stomped and executed. 148 crit, splits his head, and Lin is still in this grand final. We have a series, Remo, 2-1 only. First match point defended.
All right, there we go. Lin goes back to playing standard for the first time in game 3, and that looked really good. That game, that fight at the end of the game, that was almost impossible to win for 120. There was a Scroll of the Beast, there was 3/3 heroes, there was big mana potion as well, and the Banshee tech wasn't quite ready yet. I think that was a mistake by 120, eagerly taking the fight. If he waits 1 minute longer and he has 2 Banshees in that fight, that can look very different. But Lin playing it well. Excellent creep route, excellent acceleration, and classic kind of orc versus undead. In the super late game, these heroes are extremely strong.
That was this matchup straight down the middle, I'd say. With Lin having a little bit too much freedom, and then he has the lead and things spiral out of control. Looking way better than the early Expo attempts before.
Yeah.
Way more stable, way more solid. Little room for mistakes in that as well, as you're not so reliant on that expansion.
That was Terenas Stand, though. That
Yes.
was the best map for this style. Unless we have Twisted in the pool, which would surprise me. I think Twisted should be the veto here. Twisted or Echo, one of those two. You're not going to be able to get this TC to level 3 anywhere else nearly as easily. And get so many consumables and get so many good items and have such a good time abusing medium armor with the grunts that you have. So, what maps do we have left? Echo Isles is one, and LR might be the other, or AZ.
Yeah,
So I'm expecting LR here now.
From stats, you are absolutely right, Remo. 9 games between them. 6 went to 120, so that's a 66% win rate. These stats, by the way, brought to you by Pence Eternel, another one of the wonderful Liquipedia contributors. That would be a good one. That's pretty much the best one. Amazonia slightly favoring 120 as well, but I could see that being the last map if we go there. Wait, is your camera 360p? People are complaining. Not in HD?
I had it HD earlier.
Maybe it reset.
It's still HD.
Oh, doesn't look like that, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. Internet's so busy during these times. So it's not another flawless grand final for 120 after that 3-0 over Lawlight. Alright, so Echo Isles it is, not Last Refuge.
That's interesting. Especially in Europe, many undead still feel that this is a very poor map. I think that's an overestimation of how good this map is for Orc. But it can be really good for a Farseer. However, that having failed earlier. Wait, so he picks this over LR and over AZ.
He doesn't know his stats, as it's 13-7 on this map. Of course, some of them might be a little outdated, as the stats date back to 1.27 at all.
Alright, looking forward to this. Probably gonna have a specific creep route in mind. In my view, creep route is what won Lynn Terenas Stand. It wasn't really the fight. He did a good job microing, but it wasn't that hard, honestly.
So, is that a way to force him to play like tier 2 expansion again? Is there any reason?
Not necessarily to force.
No, right?
You can still play one base Blade Master here, tier 3, but it's definitely tempting to play Farseer here. Because if you play Blade Master one base tier 3, this TC, it's going to be impossible to reach level 3, but it's even going to be hard to reach level 2 on Echo Isles. And that is a big problem. So yeah,
maybe
with
that's
Echo
the reason,
being
then.
the pick, yeah, that could be absolutely the reason.
Amazonia is more of a Blade Master than a Farseer, right?
Yeah, Amazonia is like bad for both, honestly. If you play Farseer, it's really bad for expanding because the expansion is so hard to take and close to the opponent, easy to creep jack. And the TC can't level either, the third hero TC on AZ. So that's why we normally see it vetoed by Orcs. But yeah, this is definitely gonna make Lin ask himself now, does he want to play Farseer here again? It failed before, but maybe he can execute it better. Or does he want to play the Blade Master tier 3 style again here, which worked before, but it's gonna be much harder to pull off now on Echo Isles.
Game hopefully about to start in a second. We've seen
1-0. Yeah, he's very likely gonna play standard now, I would say. But it could still be a Dreadlord. I don't think it's very likely.
We've also seen some tier 2 tower pushes recently. Mostly in Europe, though.
Yeah. We've also... This is where 1-0 first introduced his fast expansion with selling the altar and everything like that.
Yeah. Oh, please don't have PTSD from the Moon games. This is, of course, different matchup, but oh no. Just get rid of 1-0's Dreadlord, please.
I could absolutely see the fast expansion with a DK though. Not with Dreadlord, with DK. DK ghouls transitioning into mass fiends and a tier 3 push.
Yeah.
That is 1-0's very own strat. He came up with that and has beaten numerous top orcs with this. He's beaten Lin before with this. He's beaten Focus before with this. And there doesn't seem to be a very clear, easy counter. At least not one that I've seen.
Do you have Doyo open, by the way? It's kind of funny. The chat gets translated automatically, right? Somehow they're talking about 1-0 as a snake or something, and they're comparing 1-0 to Happy like the entire final already. I see his name so many times. Oh boy. But alright. No Happy talk here. It's all about 1-0 and Lin. The series is 2-1. It's still match points for the Undead. One map away from $7,000 and the first tier 1 tournament in Asia in 2020. So, what are the builds? Blade. No Farseer.
Alright. Blade Master, also no aggressive play. Again, we see this weird graveyard. Is this really on purpose? But that is secondary. Rather, the build order is what matters, and that is a standard play by 1-0 once again. No ghoul opening, no fast expansion is what that means. So it's going to be straight up Ted Fiends into tier 2, tier 3 by the looks of it so far. Acolyte Scout early is going to see the Blade Master, and this is definitely going to be a hunt for claws by both players.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be some stacked up heroes. Thank you, Sean, by the way, for translating. When they say snake, it means play snakes, and it's when 120 does non-standard clown matches, which they hate. I'm feeling the Chinese audience. I hate that as well. So no snakes here. And 120 again going nulls over the item creep. It kind of helps him when the orc is trying to harass, right?
Yeah, but normally if you go for the ogre first, you still definitely get the item before the Blade Master ever arrives. Okay, but he's doing nulls into ogres then, and still gonna get it before the blade gets here. Okay.
So Slim going for the marketplace with the gloves. Oh, yes, but 120 still will see it. Can't see the item. Second gloves of haste.
Classic Blade Master trick. Very little that you can do about this. DK is coming over now to harass, but that is way too late. Big mana the dream. One of mana steal. Oh, Blade Master! There's no dust though, right?
That could have been really, really, really painful. So he has to reveal at some point to use the clarity. The heal self.
And I guess that's how this creep route is better. You take the green nulls first, and then with the ogre camp after, you're closer to Jack at the marketplace. It doesn't work out here this time. The Blade Master gets the experience and item, but it can, perhaps, in some games. Oh, Blade Master lurking in the shadows. But there's a grunt around, so this is very suspicious.
Läge? For you too?
Yeah, for a second, but now it's okay.
No, it's not okay. There we go. So, Ensnare on the Grunt. I hope I caught up. Grunt is surrounded by 120.
Oh!
No
that's a big one.
way out. That's 200 gold, 3 supply gone, and big contribution to the DK experience account.
Oh, that hurts so much. That slows down the shadow creeping, that slows down the blade creeping, that minimizes your aggressive potential. The troll trappers with their ensnares. Trolling Lin right here.
Reveal used. Blade Master is exposed. Has to play around that. And 120 gets it as well. Blade Master has to do some crazy heavy lifting, but he has no claws.
Did get the item at least. So double circlet, double gloves now. But the DK is dangerously close to 3. Hard spot now for Lin.
Yeah.
If he moves away from this camp and creeps up himself, he knows the DK will get level 3. But if he keeps on playing aggressively like this, then when the hell is he gonna get level 3?
It's super rough. It's you kinda need the level 2 Windwalk, right?
Yeah.
How do you play this game without level 2 Windwalk? And snare again. Okay, that's maybe a way. Coil is in time. Risky though. Critical strikes are not that high. The attack speed is insane! He outdamages the coil cooldown. What? And aggressive SH! He's going for another fiend. That was the last coil. But the Blade Master is also very low. Okay. Speed scroll. Rushed Shadow Hunter. Blade Master was healing quite a bit, and that's the second fiend. What's going on? That's a way to level up the SH, I guess.
Damn. Lin finds a way back into this game. Hoping that the Lich will be delayed in favor of a greedy tier 3. And he's right in that gamble. Also, the Ensnare abused to the fullest. And that is... It's hard to tell who has the lead now. I think it's still pretty even. 2 fiends went down, yes, but this is still
delay on the Shadowhunter. There's
Still
another
really
Hex.
poor levels for Lin, yeah.
He's trying to distract, baiting a Hex, possibly. It's not Nova first for the steal. We have a big engagement here. Frost Armor. This will slow down the Blade Master significantly. And with that, the Orc is out without getting the shop. Oh, DK and Snare comes in. Hex as well. Oh no, there's a backstab if there's a crit. No, yeah, there is! 62 and the DK falls. Oh, this is one of the best aggressive SA plays I've ever seen. And the feed falls as well. Lin playing out of his mind. Great.
Damn, dude.
Another end snare.
Super aggressive game here. What the hell?
Lin with the rabies and the kills. Level 2 SH.
Oh, that heat wave now helps a lot. But he's super low mana.
Oh, Hex again. The Frost Armor. The Frost. The crit again. The backstab. Jesus Christ. Crits him off of Echo Isles. Ties up the series. Game 5.
Oh, man.
Yeah, back to the lobby.
That was your game, dude. That was your game. The decision of delaying the Lich. So greedy. That... Man. Lin is given a gift. It's not exactly a gift. He had to work hard. He had to hope for the Fiend and Snare to come in. He abused that fact. With the circle that he stole earlier, basically he got that kill. And then Shadow comes in, he gets more kills. And that almost looked like overconfidence there by 1-0. Not respecting Lin.
Okay, that's a crazy comeback. There's one of these genius plays. The gloves. The one gloves he bought. How good was that in the long run? So many hits. So many kills.
Thank you, Wolfspinne, for the 6-month resub. All right, 5 maps. That's exactly what we wanted to see.
It's so crazy, right? How he plays pretty passively and trying to expand twice in the first 2 matches, getting wrecked. And yeah, once he has this ruthless aggression, it works out so well. It doesn't always work that well, but he needed it here and it worked. Oh, why?
All right, we're going to have one more map left. That should be LR, most likely. Cool.
Yeah, it would surprise me. So TM and AZ then banned. One map for $7,000.
A lot of pressure on these two, but they have shown numerous times before that they don't crumble under pressure. Cool as a cucumber.
Dude, it's 11:45. We got 3,000 viewers. That's freaking crazy.
Nice to have you all here. This is a sick grand final. Lin and 1-0. Both world champions before. Lin, our current reigning WGL world champion. 1-0. Very successful in that tournament throughout its history as well. I was worried after the first 2 maps. I was like, oh man, Lin really can't put up a fight here with his weird strats. It didn't work out.
I thought the same.
But he's coming in shape here at the perfect time. And going back to standard, kind of what made 1-0 once again successful these last few weeks, is doing the same for Lin in this grand final.
Yeah. Once he switched up his strategies, everything turned around in this. Can 1-0 find his mojo again? On the map. Was a little unlucky with a couple of crits there as well. Ah, but maybe underestimating him indeed. You should never underestimate a Lin. But
yeah.
I mean, you know that it's possible that Shadowhunter is coming, but it's so... It just doesn't happen that much.
Yeah, there were a few crits there. That's certainly true. More than the 15% that normally are advertised. But You know it's a possibility.
Yeah.
And why are you playing into that possibility? He could have just played it safe, went for a Lich as quickly as possible, and delayed tier 3 a little bit. This was super greedy, and this greed could be what breaks 1-0's neck in this grand final, but we're going to have one last map to decide this, and we see right now what that is. Last Refuge, as we assumed. No surprise here.
One
And
map
that is not the easiest Blade Master creep map. If the Undead is disruptive, if he makes your life a little bit hard, can be tough to get the levels, not just on the Blade, but also on the Shadow and on the TC.
1 month of waking up early at 6:30 for this tournament are about to end. $7,000 are about to go to one of these two guys. Last Refuge, of course, huge red spot items. Very important to contest the middle as well for the consumables.
Oh, and there's this new cool Orc creep route, right? With 3 grunts and Blade and Shadow go for the red camp right away, which only very few undead seem to be aware of yet. Nobody's scouting for this, but you definitely should do it. We've seen Hitman do this before. We've seen even Bazaar do it before. So Lin should certainly be aware of that possibility as well. Gillette LOL, thank you for the sub.
Is it there? Oh yeah.
I'm still there, yeah.
Yeah, it just got like super quiet. No noise anymore from your side. Oh, disconnect? No disconnect. Alright. Is the streak, or will 1-0 keep this streak up? Winning 2 times against Lin. Hooyah, WCAA. From 2-0 to 2-1 to 2-2 at least. Kind of a proof that Lin's shape still increasing. Not a meteoric rise as before, but he's getting there.
Yeah, yesterday against Lawlai, that already looked really good. Such a great final. Neil was so excited, we could all feel it.
Just as excited as you on Friday evening for Spiral versus X-Lord, the Home Story Cup.
Yeah,
that wasn't sitting. That was more lying in your chair than sitting on your chair. You know, we all have our weak moments, but we always got our backs, Remo. That's why we're such a great team, you know?
Yeah, you know, the older we get, the more we have to support each other in times of need.
We need this 5th map now.
It's about to start. 1 or 2 more minutes, and it's time. The items.
There
Let's
we go. Grand final map 5 all comes down to this right here, right now. Last Refuge is the last remaining map. This was the map, by the way. Just remembering you have a wonderful, wonderful Warcraft moment where 1-0 played against Lin a couple of years ago and cancelled a tiny Great Hall while it was building. A crazy moment. If that happens again, that would be a nice showing of history repeats. Lin upper right. Second title, or the first big title after his WGL win in December. After that, he got a little hiatus. He won a qualifier for WGL. All right, but that's not a tier 1 or tier 2 tournament. 1-0. Hooyah League was his to take over a teammate. Now he's playing a teammate again. It's not the 3-0 that we were a little scared of. It's the full distance. So, what do you got, Remo?
Looking quite standard here so far. Blade Master opening. Most likely going to be a 1 borrow tech against 1-0 with the Ted Fiend opening.
It would be quite a statement for Lin, right, to win 3 maps against 1-0 in a row.
Yeah, whoever wins here, that's quite the accomplishment. With the adversary being one of the best in the world. Ring for the Blade Master, not the greatest start. Can be good in the late game, but for the early, creeping, that doesn't help you.
Thank you, Quittle, for the 8-month resub. New week, new Warcraft stream. Yes. Indeed. So no marketplace here this time. Circlet and Ring for Lin.
Oh.
1-0 with Watch Awards.
Defensive creeping by Lin. Normally, Blade Masters always try to creep camps away from the enemy side. Enemy natural, enemy null camp. But Lin respects 1-0 so much that he says, the risk of that being punished is too high. I'm just going to focus on creeping on my side. Potentially taking camps away from my Shadowhunter and TC progress that way, but going for the secured progress on his blade. And yeah, realizing that 1-0 is a master at punishing these greedier attempts.
Okay, yeah, the null spot new creeping by orcs recently, or we see it more and more, and gets a reward with the claw. DK also level 2. This is so decisive, this decides it all, so no one wants to do any super risky moves early, focusing on their own progress to explode at tier 3.
Oh, Blade Master going to the Ogre Magi. Is this going to be in time? The DK is coming in.
I feel like he needs a crit. Oh,
trying
wait
to
a
steal the
second.
last hit.
Oh, he's so ready. Needs to take care of that DK end snare only on the skeleton. But DK is down to 50%. Lin trying to block, doesn't work. End snare on the Fiend though. He has 2 coils ready. Can he outdamage him again just like he did on Echo Isles? More right clicks, more right clicks. The Ogre is helping as well. 1-0 in trouble. Lin again with the block. This coil arrives. Speed scroll. Block again. This is kind of a big commitment already. And Windwalk. And he got it. That is the Ogre. Oh, 1-0. Are you throwing your final away here? Second claw. Now run. Oh.
And now how to heal?
Yeah.
Question. Are we going to see a ritual dagger for the first time?
In the final, man. 2 claws. Really, really good. He's hiding under the ward. No Blade Master around. He's scared a little, right? To go into the base as if the Blade Master is waiting for him. Now he sees him. Quite some... Oh, the perch! That helps. 1-0.
Trying to slow him down.
Yeah.
He can survive 1 backstab damage.
Okay, 1 Fiend down in the early.
Oh, Windwalk again.
Perch as well. Lin gets the last hit on the null. And now, with that block, doesn't work. Okay. No more heal self soon. No speed scroll anymore.
Wow. With the DK and 100 HP, 1-0 still forces Lin back.
Shadowhunter out.
Yeah, Shadowhunter's coming. And the Lich should be on its way as well.
Lin is playing the Shadowhunter aggressively again. He wants this DK bad. After the success of Echo Isles. Okay, there's the Lich. Claws transferred immediately. Gets the Overseer.
Alright, a bit of a lead, certainly after this early for Lin, but it's not the end of the world.
Trifecta completed. Gloves, circlet, claws. Well-equipped Blade Master. 1 of each.
He's going for the Merc Camp. Ooh, that's a sneaky creep.
1-0 is busy.
Yeah.
At the Merchant.
Lin's gonna get this. And this is the mid-game advantage for Orc. They can go for greedier camps. If there is a creep jack, it's not that scary because you have a speed scroll to get out, and normally there's never Nova first. It's always Frost Armor to play safe.
Yeah.
What's the item?
Robe of the Magi.
Not bad, not bad.
Also not overwhelming, crazy, like not as good as the Boots of Kirpalas or Vamp Aura or Devotion Aura or True Shot Aura. So it's alright. Helps, of course, with more mana. Lich is quite crazy himself, and now he stands in front of the mercenary camp like, yeah, wait, there's something missing here. Where's my item? That would have been plus 18 damage, Lich.
We haven't seen Raiders yet, by the way. Is he going bats?
Oh, this one bad liquid fire?
That was fashionable for a little while.
Yeah. I don't see any movement on the minimap, though.
He must have a Beast Fury, right?
Yeah. There's one blue dot moving very fast. Could be it.
1-0 is going north to contest the Ogre Lord, but he's way too late. There is that Raider. We also saw the Ensnare. And Claws plus 12.
Stack up them crits.
And Blade Master gets the last hit. Ooh, that's a big one.
Alright.
Denies level 2 on the Lich.
3.3.
This Lich is only level 1.
Yeah.
1-0 with that missing level 2 is not really in fighting shape.
And he is level 3 already, so he's gonna get the third here now as well. That's the share experience. Shadowhunter's not level 3 himself. Going for the lab now. Blade Master stealing Magpie, steals XP once more. And Invo Potion. Stolen as well.
Big heal pot for 1-0 in the middle. That's a good one. And a big mana. Okay.
Now we're talking. TC third is out. Item here. Ankh. Good for an early level TC. Secures his transition onto higher levels with that ring as well. 1-0. Very obvious move for the red spot now.
But there's only the Blade Master in range to do anything about this. Needs to surround the Ogre Lord. Oh, kind of misses the surround, but Ogre Lord's derping out. Oh, did the Blade Master steal it? Ah, not quite. Use the invul, but he's gonna get the statue for this.
That's the item though. Ah, flame cloak. Cloak of flames.
Not the greatest.
Alright. First fight of tier 3. TC level 1 only. Silenced! Can't break through this at the moment, or is not willing to. Fiend is falling with a crit. Doesn't want to out-heal it anymore. The TC didn't get one single stomp off. Raiders falling to a sniper as well. Burrow is ready for 1-0. No reveal as it seems. Second Burrow. This time he gets the kill. Heal wave. Blade Master down to 50%. Aiming for that Lich. The damage is crazy high. Coil arrives. Blade Master still going for his throat. But he has to be careful himself. Has the Ankh, so don't worry. Ankh triggered, TC silence, super low. Coil kills him. Coil kills him. And the Ankh was transferred before, so that is a real kill right here. Heal wave. Lin is down to 40, 1-0 as well. Dark Ranger survives this.
The big mana makes it so that the DK has all the mana in the world. Shadowhunter only hit level 3 throughout the course of that fight. He started this fight without the level 2 heal wave, and that now is getting punished. Good defensive play by 1-0, holds on. He's going to find some straggler kills. He's going to get the supply to a somewhat even state. Yeah, that grunt is certainly going to fall as well. Dakota would be the big loss. Nice deny.
Yep. Does he want to commit all that mana to the Kodo? It's a lot. Blade Master close to 4, that's when the crits get crazy. DK stole an invul again, I think? Yes. Invul count 1-1.
Yeah. And that means only one invul for Lin. Ideally you want to have 2. One for the Blade, one for the TC. Not possible.
How can he creep up this TC? Feels like he needs it. Also no damage mitigation for 1-0 yet. Is he going for the Banshee transition as well? He tried on Terenas. Oh, Fiend caught with Purge. Coil into nowhere. Interesting. Silence on the TC again, but he's a tanky boy with that Ring of Protection. Still aiming for it. Lich in trouble. Stomp to create some space. And there is a Banshee. Oh, but that's really hit the... Almost a dead TC once again. Heal wave last second. Lich in trouble. Blade Master level 4. Okay, give me those high red numbers. Coil saves that Lich. Blade Master trading hits here. TC is back.
Banshee finally applying Curse. The first one didn't do it in time. The Dark Ranger in trouble. So is the DK. Death Knight, backstab, in trouble. Not using the TP in time. The crit takes him out. Was expecting to survive there a little bit longer. Could have TP'd, but didn't. And that is now 1-0 in serious trouble. Has to go for the Tavern Revive.
Blade Master survives this. Another statue down. Lin is aiming for the championship right here. All heroes still alive. All heroes super low. Needs to get some healing done. The critical strike on level 2. Securing that kill again. 1-0. Underestimating the chance of a crit or the high damage roll of that crit. And it's time to heal. Lick the wounds and win the championship. Aiming for the Banshees.
Lin seems to be so much bigger.
Okay, TC is back in. Rock Golem is getting involved. Maybe that helps him. Uh-oh, we're going for the DK once again. Crit for 237! And the Hex lasts too long. It's a stomp on both heroes. The Blade comes in, gets a double kill. 1-0, taps out, throwing a 2-0 lead. And the next spring champion and the WGL at next back-to-back champion is Lin.
Well played by Lin. Great reverse sweep by him there, 1-0. He put up a good fight, but loses that game. I'm not even sure that he lost the series on LR. I think he lost the series on Echo, where he had that big lead, but he can't give Lin these kinds of openings. Great final, though. We had a good 5-mapper, and this could have gone either way. This was a lot of fun.
That feels bad. Losing the series, leading the series 2-0, losing the series 2-3. But Lin, his sword was there when he needed it, relying on it. Great inventory, great Blade Master control. And yeah, WGL and next to his chest. He is again a force to be reckoned with. He is once again the guy to beat when it comes to professional Warcraft.
Yeah, seems like he's getting in shape here this year. The beginning was a little bit slow, but getting stronger and stronger. We were talking about, is he really the best orc in the world at the moment? It's still not very clear. Fly still is looking very strong as well. Focus put up a decent fight today also. Super close series for Lin through this entire tournament, not just the playoffs. He dropped down to the lower bracket in Group B. It was 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, and then 3-2. So just barely squeezing by.
Yeah, Lin the marathon man in next spring. But it was all worth it in the end. The first non-Chinese winner after TH and Infi to take it home to Korea. Well, he's living in China, but you know what I mean. And that is an exclamation mark. Once again, no Chinese winning this tournament, or winning a tournament. WGL April as well. Korea just seems to be on top at the moment, with Moon playing so good, with Lin being so good. That is, kind of the start towards WGL Summer. The biggest solo tournament we have in the entire scene. And we have a strong Lin, we have a strong Moon, we have a super strong Infi, we have a great 1-2-0. This is gonna be, if they keep on improving, man, that's gonna be a sick world championship.
Yeah, totally agree. The tier 1 players currently all seem to be in good shape. And also the field after them, like Chimiko and Sok, Focus, also looking good. Fortitude, he has some improving to do. And not just over in China, also in Europe. X-Lord and Vortex currently really strong. Yesterday, we saw... Goddamn, who we see? Terra as well. Lots of unders there, as always. And yeah, this is the end of our marathon extended weekend.
Absolutely. We like 5 hours on Friday, 11 hours on Saturday, 15 hours on Sunday, getting up at 8 a.m. for our broadcast here on Monday morning. It was a wonderful tournament. Shout out to the Next Production who provided us with a great clean feed in comparison. For a long time, clean feeds from China were like a unicorn. Everybody was talking about it, but no one could really deliver or prove that they are existing. But yeah, well done. Cool production. Looking forward to GGGs on Wednesday and WGTL continuing on Thursday. We have a little bit of a time off now. Have a wonderful Monday and Tuesday. See you in 2 days. Thank you for watching, you crazy mofos. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.